If you're ready, say I'm ready. Ready. All right, fantastic. Is duplication important for you? Yes. Yes. If you understand the numbers, and now we're going to work with those numbers in order to be able to improve on them and grow a big team. First number is, or first pillar is lead by example. Lead by example. And when we talk about these numbers, what's the first thing that you need to do if you want to change the numbers? What group do you need to be in? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? 5. You got to be in that group. And if you don't have that done, you got to figure out a game plan to get that done as quickly as possible. Get it done. Get it done, make it happen. Don't stop there. Like I say, that group average is 27 across the profession, but get there as quickly as you possibly can. That's number 1. Become a member. A super recruiter. 10 plus. Okay? That's the first thing you need to do. Make the decision, make it happen. And I will tell you also, in this, we also have a course called How to Recruit 20 People in 30 Days. Those of you who have this course, you'll find a link here that'll let you get 20 and 30 at a deep discount since you got this course. But that How to Recruit 20 People in 30 Days, there's a reason why this 10 plus is such a powerful thing. And there's a reason why recruiting in bunches is so valuable. Recruiting 20 people in a short period of time is so valuable. I go through that in that course. But what I've got to tell you is the first thing is decide that you're going to separate yourself from the crowd and you're not going to ask people to do something you're not willing to do. Do it, and then as you do it, tell the story. Tell the story of how you did it. That's going to be one of your most powerful tools. Here's how I brought in 20 people. Here's how I brought in 40 people. Here's how I brought in 105 people. Here's how I did it. If you want to learn how to do it, I can show you how to do it too. So lead by example is number 1. Number 2, and this is the big one. We're going to spend most of the time here. I'll put it on a new page. Get people started effectively. This is where duplication lives. This is where duplication lives. You might think, no, it's in the heart and soul of the person. Nope. No, it's in their temperament. Nope. It's in my leadership. It's in this getting started process, and it's a process that is mostly ignored. People sign them up, and they get them some product and say, go get them, Tiger. And the person is cut adrift and they don't know where to go. I'm going to teach you a specific, exact process that will help you get duplication, more duplication than the average within your organization. And if you can keep this culture in your organization, you can experience duplication unseen around the world. You can experience momentum of the fastest growing organizations in the world. The secret to momentum and duplication is getting people started effectively. So, let me give you a concept that served me well. Over the line. Over the line. Here's our goal when we sign up a new person. We want to get them over the line. Now, on this side of the line, it's easier to quit. And on this side of the line, it's easier to stay. So I want you to think about this as a goal. What are the things that we could do to make it easier for them to stay actively building their business versus being easier to just walk away and quit? What are the things that we can do? I'm going to go through some of those things with you. One of them is, I'll come back to this, and we're going to build this up. Thank you. Alex King, everybody. Over the line is our goal, and I'll explain that. And I'll just quickly kind of talk to you about this. Here's my goal. If I want to get you started, over the line is my objective. I want to get you going, over the line is my objective, right? So my objective, what would help me, give me your name again? Ken. I involve Ken. Ken's a professional engineer, really smart guy, trainer, whatever, works in the corporate world. Okay? All of his identity is built into that world. Yes? So I get him connected. Give me some examples of some things that I could do that would help it make it easier for him to stay than it is to just go back to that world that he's comfortable with. Sorry? Have him recruit his first person. That would be one thing that would help him get over the line. Make some money. That would help him get over the line. Rank advance. That would help him get over the line. How about falling in love with the product? Would that help? If he fell in love with the product, how about meeting some other people? Building some relationship, getting him to a live event, one of the company's events, getting him some training. Would that help him move over the line? Yes. Right? Getting him to publicly proclaim himself and tell the world that he's going to go build something big. Would that help him get over the line? Yeah. Whole bunch of different things. Giving him some training, giving him some guidance, the list is pretty long. My job is to push him over the line with those things and then to lean on it and so he stays over the line and he gets some results with those things as quickly as possible. If I can get him some results, then my chances of him staying actively involved goes up dramatically. Okay? So that's what I mean by over the line. This mental thing, when you sign somebody up, they're not over the line, not even close. And we make it so easy, they can bail back and just be a product consumer at any second. If they haven't told anybody they're doing this yet, they can disappear. If they haven't met anybody yet, they can fall away. If they haven't gone to an event yet, they can justify and find something else to get busy with. See what I mean? So mentally, just be thinking about that. You get somebody in, your job is not done till they're over the line and they're staying over the line. Okay? So that's one concept. What's some of the things that I can do when I get somebody started, and when you get somebody started, one of the most important things to do is to validate their decision. Validate their decision. And you can't overdo it. You made the right choice. You're one of the smart ones. You're not following the crowd. You're somebody who's uncommon. You're somebody who sees things before other people see it. Do you have that as a trait in your life? Have you been able to do that your whole life? Yeah? Yeah. Well, it's obvious because you got involved in this network marketing profession and you clearly see it when it's not obvious to the rest of the world. You're super smart. Your timing is amazing. Validating them, validating their decision. We got this documentary, Rise of the Entrepreneur, which we've included in this course, and you can watch. Have them watch that, because that little documentary will validate their decision for why they got involved in the first place. They're going to sit through that whole thing and say, I guess I was smart. I guess I am pretty intelligent. I'm part of the new economy. All those experts agree with me. Seriously. I'm dead serious. I originally created that film as a recruiting tool. It hasn't turned out to be a recruiting tool. It's a validation tool. It helps him build belief. Because when what's your name? Al. Hey, Al. So when Al joins, is he solid? He's still a little bit lottery ticket minded. You know, maybe I can get something for nothing. Maybe I can push a snowball down the hill. Maybe I can, who knows? I don't know. I know a few people I could think of. He's not building a career. He's not in an empire building mode. So I've got to validate him. Validate his decision. Validate his choices. Validate the fact that he's willing to go against the grain. Champion the fact that he's different. You're uncommon. You're different. You're not impacted by the opinions of others. I admire that about you. And he's like, these guys are smart around here. This is really important, that you take the time to validate their decision. In just doing that, am I going to help move him over the line? Just by saying, hey, you're the smart one. How many kids in your family? 8 kids, you must be the smart one. Yeah, are you? Yeah, pretty smart. Are you one of the family? Ah, you're the smart one. Both of you. Okay, all right, fair enough. So, validate their decision. Our goal is over the line. One of the first things we're going to do is validate their decision. Congratulations. Thanks for taking, you're a courageous person. Thanks for taking the step. You're not going to regret it. Let's go build this together. It won't be easy, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be an adventure. We'll do it together. Let's go make it happen. Right? Validation. Next. Proper expectations. Helping Al set some proper expectations. Here's what's really important. You've got to set some expectations because the way that this is presented and the way people think about network marketing is it's kind of something for nothing. The way people think it's, oh, this is super easy. It's going to be super fast. Oh, product sells itself. All that nonsense. One of the first things that I'm going to tell people, I'm going to tell Al, is listen, here's the great thing about this business. You're going into business for yourself, right? You got a support system to do it. You got friends that are going to be around you in the process. But if you succeed in this business, it's going to be because you made that decision to make it happen. And also, if you fail in this business, you'll be the one that made that choice. It's not me, it's not the company, it's not the system, it's not the products. There are people all over the world that are succeeding with all those same things. It's going to come down to you. You're going to make the decision, okay? The goal of expectations, so I'll talk about this. You got success or failure. Success or failure, we talk about. Next is the goal of independence. Al, here is the most important thing. Let me tell you my job. My job in introducing you to the company is to help you become independent from me as quickly as possible. Not that we won't be friends, but you won't need me. I'm a resource, but I'm not an excuse. I'm just somebody that might be available to help, but you've got to decide how long you want it to take for you to become independent. That's the goal. The goal is independence. This conversation, that independence is the goal, is one of the most important things you can say, because people don't come in with that mindset, do they? They come in thinking, well, you're going to support, you're going to help, you're going to feed, you're going to do all this stuff. Or even worse, you work for me. You ever heard that one? You work for me? What? Nope, I do not. Here's the one thing that I like to show people when they're first starting. And I ask them to read that out loud, and they say, I will help you build your business. I said, let me punctuate. I will help, period. You build your business. You're in charge of this. I'm in charge of this. Okay? The goal is independence, not dependence. The goal is not for you to just always have to have me around in order to be able to make money and grow a team. That's a good goal, right? For you to become independent now? Yeah. Let's help you do that. So we set proper expectations on success or failure, on independence. Third thing Al, there's going to be some ups and downs. This is not going to be a straight shot to the moon. No entrepreneurial thing is. Have you ever started a business for yourself before? Outside of this? Got his mic, guys?
Yes.
You started a business before? Was it a straight shot to the moon?
No.
No. There was ups and downs, right?
Yes.
Was it emotional?
No, not really.
Not really. Was it challenging?
Yes.
Were there good days and bad days?
Of course.
Were there days you wanted to just throw it in and give up?
No.
No? Why?
Because the end goal was worth it.
The annual was working. So overall, it was working, but you had ups and downs.
Yes.
Here's what I'm going to tell you inside of this business. This business is kind of unique because you're a solopreneur. You're going to be going out and talking to people, sharing the products and services. I'm going to teach you how we do that inside the company that will be comfortable for you. But there's going to be ups and downs. This is quite a bit more emotional than the typical entrepreneurial venture. The big highs, big lows. Big highs, big lows. And our goal is to just have the lows be higher than they were the last time they were a low. It looks like this. It's all over the place on our way to growing. Because at the beginning, you're not going to have a lot of skill, right? You're not going to have a lot of skill. You're going to be trying to develop. You're going to be trying to learn. We're going to be learning as we go. We're going to make some mistakes. There's going to be ups and downs. Some people aren't going to understand what it is that we do. But here's the question I want to ask you, Al. There's going to be downs. There's going to be some emotional times. And here's how I'm going to know. Here's how I'm going to know that you're in a down. You're not calling me. You're not on the calls. You're not showing up for the events. You've fallen off the face of the earth. That's how I'm going to know. So when that happens, Al, how do you want me to respond? Do you want me to leave you alone? Or would you prefer that I come over and remind you why you did this in the first place? What would you prefer?
Remind me.
Remind you. Okay, so I have your permission.
Yes.
All right. When that downtime comes, now is that important? Yes. Number one, to let them know it's going to happen. Number two, when it does happen, I'm saying, listen, I told you, you told me to remind you, so I'm just doing what you asked me to do. Let me remind you why you joined in the first place one more time. Okay? Really important that you inoculate them a little bit, that it's not a straight shot to the moon, that it's not immediate success, that it's not immediate fortune. And also the relationship that I have. I'm not here chasing you just because I'm afraid I'm going to lose money. I had a commitment to you to remind you why you did this in the first place. There's going to be some ups and downs, and how are we going to deal with it? Next, it's going to take time. Al, it's going to take time. Your last business, when did you start it?
Probably like 6 years ago.
6 years ago? And how much did you invest in it, if you don't mind me asking?
$10,000.
$10,000. How long did it take before you got that investment back, that $10,000?
About 1 year.
About a year, yeah. And then after that, how long did it take before it was a solid, really, great business for you?
Pretty much at that 1 year point.
About at that 1 year point? Yeah. So it took about a year of effort and work, yes?
Yes.
All right. Is it likely that this might take something similar?
Yes.
Yes. It's not immediate. It's not right now. It's going to take some time. It's worth it, but it's going to take some time. So what are we going to do in that time? We're going to develop some skills. We're going to build some customers. We're going to grow a team during that period of time, and we're going to fail our way through the process. Over the course of the next year, you're going to, just like your other business, you're going to make all the mistakes that you can make in order to be able to get them out of the way, get yourself some experience. And at the end of a reasonable period of time, it's different for different people. You're a sharp guy. A year sounds like a good number, but for some it might take a little bit longer. Some might take a little bit less. But at some point, here's the great news: the initial cost to get started here is so much lower that you might be able to get into profit much, much faster. But even if it took a year, would it be worth it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Letting them know it's going to take some time. Will this help move a person over the line? They'll go, oh, okay, we're not talking about getting rich in 2 weeks. Oh, okay, we're not talking about being able to have a huge team in 30 days. Oh, okay. All of this conversation moves people over the line. Next, after time, is work. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some hustle. It's not a, magic beans. You can't just plant them and it just goes. We're going to have to work at this. We're going to have to work at finding the time to be able to do this around the other stuff you got going on in your life. We're going to have to work at building up your contacts and building a strong relationship with them in order, so they have an opportunity to listen to what we have to say. We're going to have to work at getting those customers in place. We're going to have to work at converting some prospects into distributors and growing a team. We're going to have to work at training that team so they become more productive and more effective. We're going to have to work at a bunch of those things. Now, you're not afraid of work, right?
Nope.
No. Work's not a bad thing. Work is necessary. For an entrepreneur, work is passion. Work is creativity. Work is breathing life into something. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be building and growing something special, right? Now, if I sat down with you the moment you signed up with your company, and I just had this conversation that I've been having with you so far, would it have had a positive impact on you? Yes or no? Yeah. Would you have kind of gone, okay, I get this. Now, did anybody sit down with you and have a conversation anywhere vaguely resembling this conversation? Yes or no? No. Whose responsibility from this point forward is to change that? Yours. So I'm going to give you the information. I want you to study this. I want you to listen to it. We'll watch this course over and over and over until it's a part of you, and then bake it into your business, bake it into your culture, so everybody does it the same. Is anything that I've said so far difficult, magical words? I mean, literally, it's success or failure, independence, ups and downs, time, work. Could you say what you need to say with only having the word work in front of you? It's going to take some work, and that's okay. Next, we're going to need to develop some skills. Skills are going to bring confidence. Confidence is going to take action. Most of the learning, Al, just so you know, most of the learning's in the doing. So we're going to just go, and during the process, you're going to start to develop some skills. The book GoPro can help. How many people use the book GoPro with their new people? That helps? Here's why that helps. You know why, but it gives people a framework in their mind. Oh, this is a real business. It helps them see what this is. It lays out what the skills are. But the goal for you to be truly independent, Al, from me, you can't be independent if you don't have the skills, can you? Can't do it. So we need to help you build some skills. We'll start with some basic stuff. Don't worry about it. We're going to use a process called tell, show, try, do. You and me. Tell, show, try, do. Al, I'm going to tell you how to do it. Then I'm going to show you and you watch. And then you're going to try it, and I'll be there to pick you up in case you fall. And then eventually you'll be doing it with or without me.
Sounds good.
Does that sound good? Tell, show, try, do. Super simple. We're going to go through that process because what's our goal? Independence. That's our goal. And I can't get you independent without the skills. So let's work on the skills and help you get there. Okay? So skills are next. Next, here's what it's also going to require. Focus. Focus. It's going to take some focus. You can't be all over the place if you want to build a business. When you built your last business, could you be focused on 15 other things? Huh? No, but yes, but not. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
In order to be able to succeed in something, you're going to need to focus. Give it some focus. Give it some determination. Put the blinders on for a season to be able to see what you can get out of it. Some people are all over the place. Oh, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. Just lock in for a season. Let me help you become independent from me, and let me show you how you can create income inside of this business. Next, mental toughness. I know you might not feel this now, Al. You might not feel this because your other business wasn't an emotional business. This is an emotional business. And it's going to require some mental toughness. Those of you who are in the room, does this business take some mental toughness, yes or no? Yes. Take some mental toughness. It's like, oof. Man, tests everything in every direction. It's the craziest thing. All kinds of emotional stuff. You're going to have some mental toughness. You're going to have to say, you know what? Put your big boy, big girl pants on, get up every day and go out there and face it. Some days when you don't feel like it, some days when you got self-doubt all over your body, some days when you're afraid of doing something. You're going to have some toughness and some perseverance in order to be able to get through to the other side. My goal, Al, is to work with you, if you're willing, to help you become independent, help you establish a real business. When you signed up, that's not a real business yet. Here's when it becomes a real business, when you become independent from me and you are competent and profitable in your business. That's when it's a real business. My goal is to teach you how to do that. And you know why I'm spending so much time to do it? Because I want you, in the process, to teach the next person.
Sounds good.
Sounds good? So make sure as you're going through this that you're taking notes. Take notes on what I've done with you so you can do it with the next person. Okay? Got it?
Perfect.
Now, side note for you on this. Side note for you, all of you. This is one of the weakest skill sets in all of network marketing. One of the weakest skill sets is the getting started skill set. And I'm going to give you a quick tip. I'm taking a pause from my game plan interview with Al to give you something that I want you to do. And in the course, we're going to provide for you a template framework. What I would suggest that you do is take your company getting started process, which includes these little emotional and kind of independence setting expectations. It includes those conversation topics, and get the whole getting started interview kind of outline into 1 or 2 pages for your company. 1 or 2 pages. Why? Because if it's written, it'll duplicate. If it's verbal, it won't. I can whisper any word I want into this person's ear. He starts whispering it down the road. By the time it gets over there, it's gone. It's a completely different thing. But if he looks at it, passes a piece of paper, that person looks at it, passes a piece of paper. Some of the strongest, most duplicating organizations have a rigid getting started process, kind of a game plan interview type of a process that they all follow, right? That covers all the bases. It's like a cheat sheet for the sponsor and the brand new person. They could do it, they could send it to them, do it over the phone. They could do it on Skype. They could do it face to face. My recommendation is try to do it face-to-face whenever possible. If not, face-to-face using technology. And if not that, then go ahead and do it over the phone. But face-to-face changes relationships, builds much more trust and rapport. So, in setting proper expectations, if I help Al get these proper expectations in line, is he going to be more likely to succeed or less likely? More likely. Is he farther over the line after this little 10-minute conversation? Yes. These little things, is that going to matter? Huge. The thing that gets me most excited in all of network marketing is finding one of these little things. Because here's the deal. Let me show you how fast I could set proper expectations, okay? Ready, go. If you succeed in this business, Al, it's going to be up to you. And if you fail, it's going to be up to you. It's your business. I'll help you build your business. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Goal for me is independence, to help you become independent from me as quickly as possible. That's the goal. Do you agree that that's a good goal?
That's an excellent goal.
All right, fantastic. Like any business, there's going to be ups and downs. This business is a little bit more emotional than most. There's going to be ups and there's going to be downs, and you're going to have some down days. I guarantee it because everybody does, including me. When you have a down day, and I'm going to know that you have a down day because you're not calling me, you're not checking in, you're not at the events, you're not on the calls, you've disappeared. When that happens, how do you want me to handle it?
Remind me.
Remind you. Come and remind you. All right, fantastic. It's going to take some time. This is not instant success. It's going to take some time for us to create a real business for you that can generate income and grow, but it's not going to happen overnight. You're okay with that, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. And it's going to take some work. Now, you're going to have to work at developing skills. You're going to have to work at going out there and hustling. You're going to have to work at finding the time. You're going to have to work at making that happen. You okay with that?
Yes, I am.
All right, great. There's some skills that you're going to need to develop. And you might think that your skills from your other business are going to naturally apply to this business, and some will and some won't. But there's some unique skills you're going to need to develop. In the doing, we're going to develop the skills. We're going to follow this tell, show, try, do process. Does that sound good?
That's perfect.
All right, fantastic. It's going to take some focus. You willing to focus? And if I'm going to work with you, I'm going to need you to focus, because if you're all over the place, then I'm not going to be able to spend as much time. But if you're willing to focus, even in the part-time hours that you have, I think your chances of success goes up dramatically. So does that sound fair?
That's fair.
All right. And last but not least, it's going to take some mental toughness. This isn't for the weak. It's not for the employee-minded. It's for people who really want to be an entrepreneur. Okay? So are you prepared to kind of be mentally tough in this process until you become independent from me? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. How long did that take? 3 minutes? 2 minutes? 2 minutes? 3 minutes? 2 minutes? Yeah, 2 minutes. Now, here's the thing. Split this auditorium exactly in half. This side of the auditorium, every brand new person that joins from this day forward gets those 2 minutes. This side doesn't get the 2 minutes. Which side's going to win? Fast forward 10 years. 2 minutes can make that big of a difference. 2 minutes can increase your duplication. 2 minutes can change your income by a comma. 2 minutes? Answer is yes. I love finding those things. I love them so much. And you can't do it later when he starts hitting all the roadblocks and all that stuff, and then you start trying to explain all these expectations. It sounds like you're making excuses. You say it ahead of time and you look like Nostradamus. You look like a prophet. You're like, he told me there was going to be ups and downs. I didn't think so, but oh my gosh. He's so wise. So setting expectations. After setting expectations, the next thing, still under getting people started effectively,